Hey everyone, it's your favorite Scarf Boy, back at it with another video, and today we're going to be doing something different. This is going to be a voiceover while I explain the new balance patch that just dropped. Now, there's quite a few things to go over. Some things just happen in all modes, some of them just happen with normal mode, and some of them that happened in insane mode. And I'll leave timestamps to what modes they are. But for right now, we're going to get into all of the modes. So, first change, all modes. They added a description to Corrupted Pearls, just to give an idea of what it does, as well as the Pearls Enchanted, so you can tell the difference between a Corrupted Pearl and a normal Pearl. I think that's a good change, even though that Corrupted Pearls are no longer in Insane mode, so I don't really see this should be in all modes, but this may have been done before that, but it shouldn't be in all modes. Should probably just be in a normal mode change. Cactus Kit now has 16 sandstone. Now, the idea here was to just allow the kit to go to mid faster. They don't expect it to become meta or anything, but they just don't want it to be completely useless because all you got was 16 sand and then you got Thorn's armor, which I don't think the Thorn's armor is horrible. I don't see it becoming meta or anything like that. Cryomancer. They've now increased the ice bridge to 2 eggs instead of 1 egg. You don't really see a lot of mythic kits nowadays besides Endlord.
And there was exploits surrounding this kit.
They've said they've fixed that. Going to just try it and see what happens. Endlord, Time Warp Pearls now inflict weakness 3 for 3 seconds. They wanted to add this so you don't get instantly like 2-tapped every time some Endlord Ender Pearls on you, which is pretty nice. I enjoy this change. Now, there wasn't a lot of Endlords in Insane mode, so I really don't know how bad Endlords was because I never play in normal mode. From what I can tell, people are really happy about this, so that's good. Engineer Kit now added 64 gravel. Engineer Kit is just a trapping kit, so I think it was a really good idea to add just gravel to it as well as sand. Fish mongrel or monger. What is? I'm not. Hold up.
Fishmonger.
Fishmonger now has a 10% chance to spawn some silverfish. The idea here, I'm just going to put that on screen and let y'all read it and see if y'all can figure it out. Netherlord replaced passive fire resistance with drinkable fire resistance. They're really against the idea of having infinite fire resistance, which I can agree. It's been kind of annoying to fight people that lava casted and stuff like that. You really just had to wait for a fire resistance potion just to be able to try and kill them. So I'm really hyped by that. Now they made Pyro Host splash fire resistance to a drinkable fire resistant. They're really just trying to get rid of positive splash potion effects. They didn't want it to be quickly applied to yourself as well as when you're playing teams. They didn't want to be able to splash both players. So that is the all modes changes, and that's what kind of was the idea behind them. And also, what I'm reading is from the designer notes. So if anyone's wondering how I know what the idea is, it's just because I'm also reading the designer notes. Okay, in normal mode, they replaced the iron axe with the stone axe. Now, I think this is really good for normal mode, since it's kind of been meta to just rush to normal or rush to mid and break all of the chests. This kind of slows everything down a bit, as well as you're not rushing with a sharp 1 stone sword. Yeah, that was the equivalent of what the iron axe was. So energetics, they added protection 1 leather pants in normal mode. Now, the reason why they added this was because they've been trying to get armor to all of the kits to have at least just some armor. Engineer, now normal mode has the exact same engineer as Insane does, so that's pretty cool. Fisherman Kit replaced chain boots with chain leggings. What they wanted to do with this kit was kind of just make it a viable option to compete with archaeologists. They didn't want to buff the kit too much, so what they did was just switch it with one of the armor pieces. Guardian, they added chain leggings and chain boots. It's another one where they just wanted armor to make it at least a little bit usable. Now, Salmon Kit, instead of having a sharp 1 salmon, they have a sharp 2 salmon. So a lot of people asked for the kit to receive armor, but instead of that, they buffed the weapon. So they didn't want it to be the same as baseball kit. No, man, they added a sharp 2 iron shovel. Instead of adding armor, they just buffed the weapon to keep it kind of different from farmer kit. That's what they wanted to do. Now, we're on to my favorite post. This is where I'm going to have an actual opinion about it. I'm conflicted by this, but in Insane mode, they added projectile protection for diamond leggings to insane mid loot. If you didn't know, you couldn't get pants from mid in insane mode, but I really don't know how I like this change. It's good in theory, just really not looking forward to seeing someone pull out full diamond armor out of one mid chest, as well as adding another projectile protection. Now, with the chest plate and the projectile protection pants, I feel like this is gonna make bows really useless, which I'm not really a fan of bows anyways, so I don't really mind it. When you're dealing with someone that has full mid gear, bows are pretty helpful. Okay, Eco made it, instead of having an efficiency 1 diamond axe, they have an efficiency 2 and sharpness 1 iron axe. The logic behind this was actually pretty funny because normal mode eco did more damage in insane mode insane mode, which I think was absolutely crazy. That went unnoticed for a good while. This actually ended up being a slight buff to the kit, its damage and breaking speed on chests. So yeah, I feel like insane mode's new meta is going to be eco. So I was talking about this at the beginning. So what they did with Enderman kit, instead of having a corrupted pearl, they just replaced it with an ender pearl, which I think was a good change because the corrupted pearl didn't even give slowness like it is supposed to. It's supposed to give you slowness 4, but it doesn't. But that's what I was talking about. It just replaced it. Now it still has the cooldown. It's just a normal ender pearl now. Energetics, they just added a protection 2 leather pants. This is the same reason as normal mode. Fisherman, and they replaced the iron 2 protection boots with protection 1 chain leggings, and this is again the same justification as the normal one. Guardian, they added protection 1 chain leggings and protection 1 chain boots.
Salmon kit, they added sharpness 3 to the raw salmon instead of sharpness 2. Now the justification for Guardian and salmon kit is just the exact same as the justification for normal mode.
So that's all the changes. Let me know how everyone thinks about it. Personally, I'm curious how insane mode's gonna play out after this. But yeah, I hope everyone have an amazing day and good. Bye.